What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Leo coming to you guys with yet another video. So we gotta talk. So as we all know, this past Friday on SmackDown, we saw the return for a few seconds at least, or a few minutes, or whatever you want to call it, the return of Bobby Lashley. And not only did he return, but the Street Profits, consisting of Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, were waiting for him. And then Bobby Lashley, you said, you want to talk, let's talk business. So everybody has been talking about this. I think it's been definitely one of the focal points, or a lot of things, takeaways from this past Friday's SmackDown, and a lot of things that people have been talking about over the weekend. And I wanted to jump in and give my little thoughts and opinions, and where I think it could lead to, and what some of the things I could see happening if this was to happen. Now, it looks like we're going in the direction of a new Hurt Business, and I think they kind of teased it early in the year because I think they had like a picture. I think it was MVP in there, Omos, the Street Profits, and Carmelo Hayes. I think all of them were in there, so I think this is definitely like them. I think they kind of teased it a little bit, and then we kind of seeing people have definitely been talking about the Street Profits turning heel over the last few months. I think probably since WrestleMania and stuff like that. So it's definitely been something a lot of people have been wondering and asking how when it's gonna happen. I think we're about to get to see it happen very soon. Maybe within the next few weeks to the next month or so, we could probably be seeing a heel Street Profits on our screens, and I'm all for it. I think they definitely need like a fresh coat of paint. I mean, they still get cheers, but it just seems like at the same time they aren't getting as over as they once was. I feel like they're kind of in limbo right now and a little stale. And you could kind of tell when we had Montez Ford versus LA Knight for the what was it, Money in the Bank qualifying match a couple weeks ago, and both of them were, well, pretty much LA Knight was the heel, but he was getting cheers, and Montez Ford was the face, but he was getting boos. So he was definitely playing into that during the match, and he didn't win. And the thing is, he got rolled up in a sneaky, cheap heel way, while Ellen had his hand on the rope, and the fans still cheered it. So I definitely think that it's starting to play a factor there. Everything that kind of played a factor during that time. So I could definitely see that happening. Then um, you have I think, and the thing about it, Montez Ford, he has all the talent in the world. I think he could do great things, and I think this is a way to continue to build him up for sure. And I think if they were to do some type of split, I'm not trying to jump too ahead of myself, but if they were to do like a split in like a months or a year, like a year, something like that time, we could see Montez versus Bobby Lashley. And I think this is a cool way to propel him up the card even more. Because since he does say he wants the main event of WrestleMania, or beat Roman Reigns at some point for the championships, even though by then the championships will probably be off of Roman. But still, in the grand scheme of things, if we could see a situation where maybe, I'm gonna put it like this, I think we're, like I said, we're gonna see them probably turn heel and join Bobby Lashley, and it'll be like a new Hurt Business type of situation. And Bobby Lashley picks up the U.S. Championship in a few months or so, and then if DIY is not going to take the undisputed tag titles from Kevin and Sammy, I think the Street Profits definitely being part of the Hurt Business and a new heel version of them, I think will be something new and fresh for the tag team division, and I can also see them winning the tag titles, and now we're getting to see a little bit more of the Hurt Business from 2020, because remember Bobby Lashley, he was the U.S. champion, and then Cedric and Shelton Benjamin were the tag team. They were holding the Raw tag team titles, but now this time around, they're holding both tag titles, the SmackDown tag titles and the Raw tag titles simultaneously for the Street Profits. So I do think it could be one of those situations that we could be seeing play out. And I would love to see it. I think they can even go as far as adding Bianca Belair to the faction. I don't know if they would add her. I think it would be something new and fresh, because you can have that woman that can dominate the women's division if you want to have a situation where, like a story, like a takeover, where everybody in the faction, gets gold. I think that's a cool concept that every faction, I love seeing every faction do. I think that concept always works. Is them doing like a prophecy where they want to be draped in gold. I think some cool situations that happening is with the Undisputed Era because they held every championship. Because you remember Adam Cole held the NXT, Roderick Strong held the North American, and then you had Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish hold the tag team titles. Another situation you can also say is with Evolution. You had, I believe, yeah, Evolution because Triple H held the World Heavyweight Championship. You had Randy Orton hold the Intercontinental, and then you had Batista and Ric Flair hold the tag team, and even with the Shield because Ambrose had the U.S. and then Roman and Seth had the tag team. So this is definitely like some parallels between the Shield and Hurt Business for sure because they're kind of holding somewhat of the same titles when they first came up. So I think that is a cool flashback to kind of enjoy and stuff like that. I don't know if they would turn Bianca Belair heel. I think in an interview or something like that, she said she didn't want to turn heel. So I don't know. Maybe it could still happen, maybe not. But I do think this is something that could definitely turn the trajectory of Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins' career around. And even though they've had a lot of success in the let's not get it twisted. They're Triple Crown champions. They're up there, at least in my top five for sure. They're at least in my top five tag teams of all time. Because think about the accolades that they have. Think about not many people. Because back then they didn't have NXT, so it's still something. Even though some of my favorite tag teams even came back from back then, they're still one of my favorite tag teams. Like within the last 10 years or so. So I do think I will say I will give them that. And think about the success they have. They've won the NXT tag titles. They won the Raw tag titles. They won the SmackDown tag titles. And ever since then, they've been kind of in limbo, like I said. So now I think this is a way to get them back on track to potentially go after the titles once again and to also win in the process. Because I think the last time they actually, I feel like a lot of people were really buying into them as a tag team, even though they kind of still do now. But I feel like for sure was like when they faced the Usos for the tag titles, I think at Money in the Bank 2022. So I do think this is a cool way to get them back in the fold of things. But I'm very interested to see where this can go. I do think there's something cool. I love Bobby Lashley is one of my favorite wrestlers, and I'm also a big fan of also the Street Profits. They're one of my favorite tag teams. Like I said, top five for sure in my opinion. And I'm definitely kind of seeing. I would love to see how this whole new Hurt Business plays out. I would love to see if it's a possibility if Bianca Belair could be part of this faction because I would love to see that because I think a lot of people would love to see her turn heel and and stuff like that. But I do think she kind of fits more than an anti-hero type of scenario. So we will have to see. But comment down below. Let me know. How do you feel about this new potential Hurt Business faction consisting of Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits? Do you see them going very far as a not a tag team, but as a faction? Do you see them picking up gold in the near future? What are some of your plans for them? How do you feel about it? Leave that all down in the comment section down below. We're on the road to 600. Also, hit that post notification bell every time I post a new video, whether it's a reaction video, rant video, live stream, any type of video. Be in the loop of things when I do drop a video. Leave a like, it helps out in the algorithm so more people can see what I'm doing over here on YouTube. Also, hit that subscription button. Your subscription matters. We're on the road to 600. I love doing content for you guys, so please, please, please hit that subscribe button. It doesn't take too much time out of your day just to hit that subscribe button, to hit that like button, to hit that post notification bell. It takes about a good 3 seconds or so. Like, take 3 seconds your day to come here and subscribe, leave a like, hit that post notification bell so every time I post a new video, so I can drop more content for you guys because I love doing this. But I appreciate you guys kicking with me, and I'll see you guys in the next video.